Well, it's Christmas time, a time of good cheer and friends and family and cramming yourself into a Target with the worst people on the planet who care about nothing except for getting the most consumer goods for the least amount of money. I'm really interested in the ways that humans dehumanize other humans when certain factors are in play, like racism or sexism. And some recent research sheds light on how and why we dehumanize retail workers. Researchers at the University of British Columbia found that bargain hunters are less likely to view retail workers as fully human. I've worked quite a lot in the retail world, and I can state with 100% certainty that there have been customers who viewed me not as a fully human individual with my own needs and desires, but as a means to an end who could be abused as needed. Like, I once had a guy yell at me because my store didn't stock headphones. We were a magic store. I was like, unless you want trick headphones that will explode, you should probably try literally any other store in the city. Also, a woman once got angry at me because a lifelike dog toy that I was holding was a puppet that would require her child to demonstrate creativity as opposed to a robot that would require a few D batteries. It was an interesting time in my life. Little did I know at the time, but I had it really easy compared with many other retail workers simply because of the type of store I worked at. Not the fact that it was a magic store. Thanks to that, I dealt with a lot of weird shit. But the fact that it was a high-end store where nothing was ever really on sale, and we mainly catered to tourists who were there to spend a premium on something fun. According to this research, it would have been way worse for me if I had been working at, say, a discount magic store. The researchers in question first had subjects review airlines, either the high-end Lufthansa or the super low-end budget airline Ryanair, where you famously have to pay extra for just about anything. The subjects used fewer humanizing words for Ryanair, even when the researchers controlled for the quality difference between the two airlines. That's all well and good when talking about dehumanizing a corporation, but this also extended to the airline workers. Subjects were more likely to see a Ryanair employee as less human than a Lufthansa employee, or even than just a plain person who wasn't a uniformed employee at all. When I say less human, I mean that the subjects literally thought that the Ryanair employee was less likely to experience human emotions. Yeah. In a final study, the researchers found that people were more likely to recommend that a rude employee get serious disciplinary action when the subjects were in a price-conscious state of mind. And that does ring true for me personally, as even though I worked in a higher-end store, the very worst, meanest customers were the ones who balked at our prices and tried to finagle discounts on things, claiming that stuff was damaged, trying to buy floor models, or even just outright haggling like we were at a yard sale. It's important to remember that the subjects in this study aren't bad people per se. Anyone who adopted a budget-conscious attitude can unconsciously fall into the trap of treating retail workers poorly. So keep that in mind as you finish your Christmas shopping or as you hit up those sweet after-Christmas sales. If you find yourself getting a little haughty with an overworked, underpaid employee surrounded by discount signs, remind yourself that they're people too.